Yo, welcome to Watercooler, and thank you so much for tuning us in and joining us today. You know how the show goes. Chris Locks, want to kick it with my girl Digital Bud and Kaylin and Gary. With me today, all the way to North Hollywood, California, it's Mike Dawson.
I miss the days of tuning in. We don't really tune it in anymore.
Yeah,
but it's good to be here. Thanks for tuning it in, bros.
Tune in. Yeah, tuning in. I mean, people understand what it means, but you don't. It doesn't really apply. And the kids these days, they're not really going to get it.
No.
I don't
tune
think
in, turn off, drop out.
Chris, how much more have you started saying the kids these days since Benny got there? It's got to be up 400 or 500%, right?
Dude, I'm saying it way too often.
Yeah, me too.
Dude, kids these days, and it's usually something negative after that.
It's not kids these days are wildly sensitive and nice people.
No.
Kids these days have a tremendous work ethic.
Yeah, it's typical kids. It's kids these days, and then
Complaint.
And then something very negative. So I don't know. I really am worried about how much of an old fart I'm turning into. And Jen has no problem reminding me. Like the way I just complain. The quote I do say a lot now, at least I mutter under my breath, is whenever somebody drives poorly or does something inconsiderate, I look at them and under my breath I just like, hey, it's your world. I'm just living in it. And Jen hears me say that way too often. To where I think she told me I've aged 20 years in 3 years. And that's accurate. I'm not even going to argue with her. In fact, like today, I saw a tweet and I was just I threw my hands up. I was like, okay, I'm done. I don't even know what this is. And the tweet was this guy and it went viral. Like this is like a big thing. Lil Meeba and Chrissy Rock basically confirmed they're together while dissing Blueface in their new song.
I'm very disappointed that I know what most of that sentence means.
You do?
Me too.
I know three of the.
Disappointed as well.
I know two of the three players involved. Just like I at least could pick them out of a lineup. I couldn't tell you a ton about them, but like I understand that sentence.
I could pick one out of a lineup. I've heard of one before.
You've heard of Lil Meeba?
No, I've heard of Blueface.
Am I even pronouncing this right?
I have no idea because I have not heard of Lil Meeba either. I've heard of Chrissy and Rock and Blueface.
Like and usually I'm interested in what that means, but
I think this is one where you probably shouldn't look into it.
Let me introduce everybody else. Sorry, I didn't even introduce everybody else. In Orange County, California, Gary Smith.
What's up?
Yo. And in Long Beach, California, Kalen Bean.
What's going on?
Hey, Kalen.
Hey,
no Matt today. He's having a pet thing going on, and yeah, they're figuring it out. It's nothing too alarming, is it, Gary?
No, it's not. As it turns out, it's not super alarming, but it is coming at a very poor time because Matt is departing for California tomorrow, and you know how it is when you're about to travel for an extended period of time. The ninth hour of the last night is not when you need stuff to go wrong. So he's a little flustered.
Shocked that he told us he was traveling to California before he traveled to California.
I think he's learning his lesson.
Yeah. That's what I'm just more surprised that he did that. That's
I feel like that's like Matt talks. Like every time he's done that and gotten caught, like so immediately that he's realizing that it's better to just like get out in front of it and take his beating because it's coming no matter what. Like he is not fucking a secret agent. He cannot come to California and then hide it.
Yeah. So Gary, you had an interesting, I don't know, Monday?
Yeah, it was a weird Monday, man. I went to the Chargers game.
And it's always good luck when Gary goes to a Chargers game.
Well, here's the thing. It was an unusual day because I was there working. I did get to see some of the game, but I was there to work and I was shooting a video. And I had no idea how many people get to a football game 5-6 hours before. Like I got there at noon and there was at least 500 people on the side of the stadium that I was on where I could see.
Tailgate, right?
I would do
With
it
the tailgate.
too. Look,
Oh,
the
they're like
amount you pay for parking, the ticket price, it make it a whole day thing. They have the biggest screen in LA. You can watch other games on it, I'm sure, right? Like,
yeah, and I mean, no, not on Monday. There's no games on Monday.
sorry, I wasn't even thinking.
A big part of it has got to be they want to miss traffic getting there.
Yeah.
Sure, that could be it, Doss. I mean, there were a lot of people just like hanging by that lake. Sitting under
Noon
the
is still a
tree.
little egregious though on the early side. That's fucking early.
Yeah, it was. I mean, the gates to the game don't open until 3:15. So
Yeah.
that means you're over 3 hours before you can really get in anywhere. I don't know. It was just unusual to me. But yeah, it was an interesting day. It was a lot of work, but we were kind of in the stadium well before anyone else was allowed in, and we had kind of all access to get into all the little cool areas, and it was fun. And then I got to watch part of the game, and then about halfway through, I said what I've said on this show many times. I've seen this movie before, and I left, and I got home in time to see the last 7 minutes and shut off my TV in disgust.
Well, speaking of, I'm sorry, by the way, for those who don't know, Gary's a big Chargers fan. The Chargers lost.
He's used to it. He's used to it.
But yeah, it hurts.
Well, they don't just lose; they lose in just horrible fashion,
Glorious fashion,
gloriously horrible fashion.
Like you have to really work hard to lose that good.
Yes, you do. It's a special talent that the Chargers almost alone hold in this this league.
It's a wonderful curse. It's a wonderful curse, and I'm honestly I feel for you, Gary, but I'm slightly satisfied because I didn't like them since they left San Diego.
Yeah, I understand.
Well, your Lions are doing quite well this season, Dawson.
And Kalen, this is the first year I didn't put a bet on them winning the fucking
Why would you do
NFC North. First year, didn't bet.
Well, maybe that's why.
Yeah,
luck that you don't bet.
Did you guys see either of the two things that went viral from that game?
Well, that's what I want to ask.
I saw the excited Chargers fan.
Speaking of Chargers fans,
I saw that live.
There was that Asian lady with the glasses who was very
enthusiastic.
Enthusiastic with her reactions. I mean, a lot of conspiracy is she's an actress.
Well, here's the thing: is that the other one, Dawson, was at a certain point on the SoFi video boards. They were scanning for celebrities, and they went to Lance Bass, and he held up a pre-prepared sign that he had that said, "I'm not Taylor Swift." And that was pretty funny. But I was more asking about the Asian lady that you were referring to, the super fan. She was on Pat McAfee's show today. And the conspiracy is that she's an actress or that she's a clout chaser, because now a picture has come out of her decked in Viking gear.
That was her?
It looks a lot like her. I don't know if it's her. I'm not a scientist, but
I'm not a racist either. Just because she's in glasses doesn't mean
here's
that
the thing, dude.
Chris, come on, you have to admit that girl looked just. You can't do that to me. That's so fucked up. With racist, you can do it with like anything else, but with racist, really? Come on, know that.
Well, did McAfee ask her about it?
I don't know if that part had broken by the time she was on McAfee. I didn't watch McAfee today. I just saw that on social media that she was on there. But Chris, you have to admit that Vikings fan looks very similar to her.
Very similar. I will admit.
It's harder and harder to believe, or to not believe, or to believe in coincidence when shit is being posted like this immediately, and people have seen a huge level of fame. Like the chick who said that motherfucker is not real.
Well, yeah,
I think that chick's making dough right now.
Yeah, and Doss, I think that you're right, and it's only going to get harder with AI, because that could easily be an AI generated image of that woman where they used the Chargers picture and said create one that's similar, but she's a Vikings fan.
Okay,
True.
Here it is. Yeah,
okay, let's see.
Looks very similar. That is the same woman. Now,
somebody,
I think that's the same girl.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Somebody is saying that she's wearing the Vikings jersey because her son plays for Vikings, like not the NFL team, but like a Pop.
Oh, like a Pop Warner team that they use the NFL.
Yeah, but she is a hardcore Chargers fan. So I mean, there's that, and she just now she's showing up for her kid.
Okay, you show me the kid.
I want to believe it. I want to
show me the kid wearing the jersey that corresponds, and we can talk.
I also want to believe that, Chargers have actual fans.
All right.
that are that enthused.
Based on the reaction I heard from last night's Cowboys touchdowns, I don't think that I think that they could use it. That stadium was loud whenever the Cowboys.
Here's all I'll say is that I interacted over the court due to the nature of what I was doing. I interacted with a lot of Chargers team employees, and inevitably they would, after making a little small talk, ask you if you were a Chargers fan, and everyone else would kind of say no or mumble or whatever, and I would say yes and say yeah for 35 years, and I'd get a lot of really.
Yeah.
So I think I am in a minority, but
you will have your heyday, Gary. Just keep.
Well, they should have just stayed in San Diego. I mean,
I don't even think that's really even arguable. The people, I've not met anyone who was a fan of the San Diego Chargers who's stoked about the Los Angeles Chargers. It's all people who were just not football fans or just people who live in LA who are stoked that there's a team here now and that we get SoFi.
I'll be a Chargers fan.
The great thing about Qualcomm Stadium was the huge parking lot, and we would, me and my friends from high school, we'd have a reunion every year after college. We'd go to our friend's house in San Diego, and like 12 dudes, and we'd destroy ourselves for the weekend, and then we would go to the Sunday football game with the Chargers, and then tailgate all frickin' day. And one year the game got pushed to Sunday night football. And we're still getting there at 10 a.m. And that's when I broke my finger when I hit that football on it. You guys have seen that picture of my finger out of whack.
Yep. Dawson, you're right. The parking lot was one of the great things about Qualcomm, but I would say that the other thing is parking lot related was the train that went into the parking lot.
Right.
You could, if you were coming from LA, you could drive down to like Old Town San Diego or something, stop, park there very simply and cheaply, jump on the train, be in the parking lot in 10 minutes, and then you just, you bring a little disposable cooler. It was the best.
Yeah, they were considering building a new football stadium downtown, but I think enough local fans were just against it because they like the Q. Or Jack Murphy or whatever.
Yeah. I'll be a Chargers fan, Gary. I don't have a football team there, so I'm there too. Man, it sucks.
Well, if you want to be a Chargers fan, then I would not encourage you to watch Quarterback because you already watched it live.
I did, and I enjoyed it. I had a really good time that game. All right, a couple of other things. So Matt mentioned us going over like our old yearbook photos one day, which I'd love to do, and especially now with those 90s AI yearbook photos being super hot right now. You guys have seen those, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they look pretty fun. Oh, they're like,
it's like all the rage, man. Like,
I did see one. Yeah, I did see one.
You see them of all the athletes, like
they're all doing them. They're all
right. Yeah.
I did find an old.
What does AI have to do with it? So they're not real.
It's comparing the AI, like you say, AI make a high school book, and then it's comparing it to their real one, right?
Is it ever close?
No. You just it takes a picture of you, and it's like, hey, if you went to high school in the 90s, or if you actually did, and
like smooth over your features, make you look a little younger, and then it puts like the outfits.
Yeah, like either you're a jock or you're playing the guitar, and you're just like really awkward old school yearbook photos where like
you gotta find some
like holding a baseball bat. Yeah, here I'll find some. But yeah, so it's all the rage now. It's kind of like, remember how a couple years ago everyone's made themselves look really old, or like last year is like they made themselves look like they were crying.
Yes,
it's like stuff like that. Those. Yeah, so this is the new thing. But anyway, I did find my junior year yearbook picture. I was like, okay, well, you guys saw my senior year one where I wore my red shirt, that I got at the Express because I wanted to pop.
Mm-hmm.
The thing about me, Caitlin, when I was in high school, I wanted to pop.
Okay. Groban likes his girls to pop.
Yeah, I'm trying. I wanted. What can I do that'll make me stand out a little bit more? Because everybody's yearbook picture looks the same, and so I found my junior one where I made a face in this one, and I'll just pull it up here. So this is me junior year. So yeah,
nice puka shells, bro.
Yeah,
puka shells.
Those eyebrows too, man. You could scrub pots with those eyebrows.
Man, I don't know what happened. I didn't do anything to my eyebrows now.
Wow, man.
Thicker back then. I'm like, am I balding in my brows? Like, is that a thing? Did your eyebrows get thinner? I do think I'm shrinking. Don't even try, Gary. Like, I legitimately think I'm shrinking, and it's bothering me. But yeah, this is my junior year picture.
You got like an afro going on.
Yeah, I have fluffy hair. Yeah, it's weird. But anyway, I found that, and
Looks good.
I just wanted
Looks
to
good.
say that. I am worried I'm shrinking. I don't like. Is it a posture thing? How do I avoid this? Is it like I need to stretch more? I haven't measured it to confirm, but I just feel like I am getting shorter.
You should get one of those copper fit support bras.
Why does
They
that?
work really well.
Okay.
Just get a size 0, because apparently they pull your back straight and correct your posture.
Yeah, I think it's a.
They actually make those things for dudes too, but it'd be just funnier if you got the copper fit
Yeah.
one made for ladies.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I was gonna get the bra. Like, oh, it's a bra unisex because I will get it.
It's called a bro if it's for dudes.
That's true. I had to wear a bro when I broke my collarbone.
Yeah. By the way, but breaking the clavicle is the medical
Yeah,
term.
that one right there. Yeah.
My friend did that, riding one of the same scooters that Matt did.
No, thank you.
Pothole in New York City.
It's a lot of fucking pain.
That would be there's no way that wouldn't be insanely painful.
And don't wait like 8 hours before going to the hospital.
Okay.
Well, yeah, good call.
Like 7 go 7.5. Speaking of school, so I'm now looking, I'm already thinking about schools and where to take my kid. When I'm kind of scouting out as I walk by the local elementary school, like what kind of riffraff they have running around here. Peeking in, seeing the kids run around.
Going to school board meetings yet?
Very not yet. Very akin to, was it Big Daddy when Adam Sandler's questioning all the kids like,
yeah,
you like rum? Rumpelstiltskin?
No.
So I'm already kind of thinking like, oh, what's going on here? What kind of kids are we dealing with? And then,
well, Chris, let me tell you, it's probably not advisable to go onto a schoolyard in 2023 and ask kids if they like rum. That might get you on a list.
Okay, starting now, I will not do that.
Okay,
write that down.
Yeah.
Remember it.
But I'm trying to think of like what are kids up to these days? And I'm not kidding. This is not exaggerating. I have a friend that's a teacher, and she told me that at her school, by the way, not even a bad school. This is just a regular public elementary school here in Southern California. She's like, oh yeah, we caught some 4th graders in the bathroom smoking weed and drinking Hennessy.
I thought you were gonna say vaping. That's much worse.
They do that shit in class.
Yeah.
I don't even go to the bathroom for that.
Smoking weed and drinking. That's what's going on in the school system. 4th grade.
4th grade.
4th grade. And so that's just like, well, that's just so yeah, my kid's not going to school. I'm homeschooled.
Homeschool.
I'm telling you, dude, there are now homeschool networks, so you can actually
What the hell?
do
That's not
good with
homeschooling.
homeschooling.
That's not homeschooling, Dawson. I've seen these. That's just school. It's just different. It's smaller class.
Yeah,
like
exactly. It's just school.
I have a different definition of homeschool. Homeschool is your mom or dad is your primary instructor and is responsible for 90% of your instruction and education.
That's what my sister-in-law did. That's what my sister-in-law did for all their kids.
And I think that's commendable, and I can't imagine trying to do that. I'm not smart enough to do that.
I'm not smart enough either, unfortunately. But
oh yeah, no.
Does homeschool still have the stigma, like with all the schoolgoers?
I think the stigma is going away because in reality, what they're calling homeschooling now, what Dawson just talked about, I just heard this recently talked about on a podcast. It's like this woman was trying to explain, like, no, like they go to a place with like 12 other kids and like, there's a teacher and like, it's just, it's homeschool though. It's like, are you the teacher? No, I'm not. Homeschool. That's school. It's private school.
Right. I mean, movie stars did it growing up, like, or it's Kaylin. I'm sure you've seen it with all your movie star friends growing up in the industry. Like, oh yeah, these kids, they don't, like, even though they technically go to your school, they miss months because they have a part or something.
Because Wolfie's on tour with his father Ed.
That's right. Yeah. But that's the only example I could think of where he pretty much dropped out, but he was still kind of going to school, but he was being homeschooled. And yeah, but Wolfie Van Halen, that was the one kid that I think that's what he did.
Growing up, a lot of my my friends and cohorts were like on Disney TV shows like Even Stevens and Lizzie McGuire and stuff like that. And so they would miss weeks. But then they would still get taught it privately in class. I'm like, okay, that's like homeschooled. Like they're just missing school and doing their own thing, but it's cool. But then I knew kids that were actually homeschooled, and nobody wanted to ask him to prom or anything. It sucked. I felt bad for him. Like there was a stigma. Like the
I'd feel
homeschool
bad
kids, the
keeping my
homeschool
kids,
were weird.
homeschooling my kids, that they don't still get the social. I mean, yeah, the weed and Hennessy at fourth grade is pretty
Can you
hardcore.
imagine?
It's pretty
I don't
hardcore,
want
but
my
like,
kid going anywhere near that because look, no matter what, like, look, I do think parenting is so strong, but putting your kids and getting influenced by other kids at school, that is such a big deal and very strong. Like I was very much influenced by the kids I went to school with.
Chris, I completely
I'm freaking
agree.
out.
I think your concerns are
Easy
very
thing.
well founded. But here's the thing: if Benny makes friends with somebody who's bringing weed and Hennessy to school, I mean, that's a pretty cool kid.
Well, yeah, I of course I want him to make friends with that guy first, just for status.
Yeah, like come on, you're king of the fourth grade if you're rolling in with Henny and weed.
Yeah,
You'd certainly be securing your child's future.
right.
What future that is. If you guys remind me tomorrow, if I forget, shit I did as a kid will be the most egregious thing. Shit I did as a kid will be the most egregious thing someone in my class did in fourth grade. And I thought that was insane. It probably is more insane and less damaging, but more insane. And I'll tell you
what I did?
now that I think about it, there was a girl in my fourth grade class who got expelled very quickly under strange circumstances. I remember she was in my school for like 2 years, and I remember she was kind of a problem, or like my mom told me she was. And in the fourth grade, yeah, she got kicked out very quickly. And we never, I mean, obviously we were never told why.
Desk, found an empty bottle of Henny and some dank nugs.
That's what that smell was.
That's what I'm saying. You don't know what these kids are doing, and there's all these protections because they're kids. The news can't report it, but this needs to get out there. That's just it. When I was in fourth grade, this is my fourth grade story. I didn't drink any Hennessy. I didn't smoke any marijuana. I had a little bubble in my chest, and I let out a burp in the middle of class that I didn't mean to. Some kids laughed, and I started to cry, and I asked to go to the bathroom so I could cry by myself because I was so embarrassed. That's what I did in fourth grade.
You got to play that off as a win, like you're just making everyone laugh.
I should have. I didn't think about it at the time. I was just like, oh, I got caught off, and I let out a belch in class by accident.
I will say the few times that I made the entire class laugh, that was a good moment in my life. I remember those moments where...
Me too.
Yeah, that was a solid moment where I legitimately made everybody laugh, especially when I wasn't even like trying to.
I was thinking about the other day about how I used to trick this girl. My classmate. You okay here?
Careful. Have we thought this through?
Do you remember like when you would have to read a passage from, let's say, your social studies book, and the whole class would read it, but it was called popcorn. So you would read.
Yep.
You would read like a few paragraphs. Read as long as you want, and then when you're done reading, you just say popcorn, Kalen, and then Kalen would read, and then he'd read his passage, popcorn, and then he'd go popcorn, Dawson. Dawson would read his passage.
Yeah, and you were always trying to find the kid who wasn't paying attention.
That's exactly right. But I freaking loved to read. I loved it. So I would pretend not to pay attention. And I would just, while they're going, I'd just be looking around.
Bait them.
Yeah, I'd bait them. And then this one girl would, oh man, she always tried to get me. And she'd go, popcorn, Chris. I'm like, boom. And I just go straight from the part where she left off and freaking nailed it, baby. Nailed it, teacher's pet. Like, oh.
I like to imagine you flicked your cigarette at her right when she just picked up immediately.
Yeah. That was the only, look. I wanted to read out loud, and I had to bait Mary. Oh, yeah. I guess that sounds like a metaphor, but no, that was her name. But anyway, I was thinking about that too. Just the good old days of popcorn and not drinking Hennessy, and me having to worry about who's going to be influencing my son when he enters school.
Yeah.
Kalen, I mean, look, you're closer than I am. So are you, Gary. You guys should be asking these kids about rum.
I'm all right.
I do.
Yeah, you know what? I think that because my girls are so close in age to one another, I got a little added protection there. I'm pretty confident they're going to be looking after each other when they get to that point. And if one isn't, then the other one's going to spill the beans. And
I think that just means that Blake's going to be getting into shit in the second grade.
No. It would
Chris,
be the
we're
third
gonna
grade.
need we're going to need an update on how or whether these kids were punished for smoking weed
Yeah,
and
I will
drinking
ask.
Hennessy.
I will ask. I just couldn't believe it. I could like that. That's so far off the reservation of what I thought kids were doing in 4th grade. So and look, and I don't know who Lil Meeba is or whatever her name is. Like I'm so out of touch, and it worries me. So I gotta be cool. I gotta be cool. That I told Benny already. I've been telling him like, hey, tell everybody your dad's your best friend. That'll get you far.
Smart.
Because I'm pretty cool. So we shall see what happens. All right, let's get into some comments here. You guys ready to go?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Now it's time for listener comments.
So I apologize. I have allergies right now. They're pretty bad. I'm stuffed up. My nose is.
You sound all right,
My-
except for right now.
My eyes are itchy as heck.
Yeah.
And the reason being is in the mornings I take Benny to a caretaker while I go to work, and then I come pick him up. But she has cats, which I think is a good thing because maybe it'll help him develop.
Maybe he wants to
Resistance.
have such a bad allergy to cats like you.
Yeah, 'cause
Chris?
I was there for a few minutes, and I just
Well, you know, I never
Okay,
really
well.
had allergies, and I feel like whenever it did happen, it was in the spring. And for some reason lately, that's been happening to me. Not this past weekend, but the one before, I had to leave a party because it was so bad and I was so miserable with my allergies. I was like, fuck this. I just had to go home.
Chris, I just thought of the best costume for, I don't know what maybe you and Jen dress up as construction workers. No, that doesn't work either. But here's what you do. You just put Benny in a stroller and put a Makita right next to him. Anybody asks, Benadryl.
Ben and drill. Yeah. And speaking of allergy medicines, the only one that works for me is Flonase. It's a nasal spray.
That's
I
legit.
don't touch the pills anymore. I heard they like there's like some conspiracy with they never worked and they never will.
Not a conspiracy. It's the FDA came out and said that they haven't worked in like 20 years since they took out the ingredient that's used
That's
to.
what it was.
But isn't the
Yeah, but like Claret, the stuff you buy over that you got to get at the pharmacy, like Claritin D, that stuff works.
that's allergy stuff though? This is for like cold and flu, and you can still that's the one thing that was like
Oh, we were talking
underreported
about
in that story.
allergies. What did I miss?
Well, that's what
And
Flonase is. Flonase is
Flonase-
for your nose. It's when your
It's
nose
like an
is
antihistamine.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
It takes my
Okay, but-
histamines and it.
You're not sick, right, Chris?
No. It's just
I don't want to
it's
get sick on the Zoom call, man.
I know. I'm trying to keep my distance.
All
Well,
right.
what about like NyQuil? Because I feel like NyQuil works pretty fucking well. You're saying like, I guess that's like they have pills of it too, but the liquid. I
tell
mean,
you
if you don't
why
get enough
NyQuil
sleep
works.
on NyQuil, I am fucked up if I don't get enough sleep on that shit.
Right. The reason I think there is certainly some medicine in NyQuil that definitely helps. But the thing about NyQuil is it's supposed to knock you out. And
Yeah.
then you sleep and your body repairs. I think
Yeah.
Dayquil has a bit more medicine in it because that shit's got to wake you up
And it's caffeine.
and get you going through the day. But NyQuil, dude, a lot of NyQuil is just fucking alcohol, man.
Daddy's medicine. Yeah. Oh, also I heard Zicam is a total sham. I didn't mean to rhyme. that.
I disagree. Zicam is one of my pieces of voodoo along with chicken soup. And
Dawson performs a
will
voodoo
use- I will
ritual
use
when he
Zicam.
thinks he's about to get sick. For all those listeners out there who are
Chris,
unaware,
Didn't Dr.
It's-
Drew-
And
didn't
it
Dr.
works,
Drew
dude.
laugh-
I don't get sick.
Yeah. Dr. Drew's the one that told me like,
He laughed in your face.
huh?
He laughed in your face, right? When you were
Yeah, he
trying
saw me taking. I didn't want to mention any names, but yeah, I was taking Zicam and Drew was laughing. He's like, that stuff doesn't work.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't works for me, I think.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's just I don't take this stuff enough to understand.
I mean, look, Drew is a
that's the
TV
placebo
doctor,
of it.
okay?
Oh, that's true.
I don't know, Doss. Here's the thing. The way I always understood Zicam was like you take that shit at the first inkling of anything being wrong.
That's why I do. That's when I do it.
And have you ever like then woke up the next morning and felt absolutely nothing? Or is it just like a managing thing? Because I 100% of the time still get some degree of sick.
I usually feel better after 2 days.
Okay. Yeah.
But I also immediately make a fresh pot of chicken soup because when you boil chicken, it does release an enzyme that fights colds.
Yeah. I just like it because it tastes good. All right. Well, anyways, let's do some comments. And just a reminder, everybody, these are comments found within our own very private Facebook group, but it's free to join, and I suggest you do. All you have to do is go to facebook.com/groups/Bobo Army Worldwide LLC. Answer a few questions. We might let you in. My favorite place on the internet. Please join in on the fun. All right. This first comment, this is from Mark Cooper. He writes, as promised, this got eaten and it did not disappoint. Do yourself a flavor. I also nominate this as food mascot for the Bobo Army. It's a hot dog. It's a glizzy.
It's a hot dog bun.
But yeah, instead of a hot dog, it is a banana. And instead of condiments, it's peanut butter and jelly. Kalen, as a guy who doesn't like sweets, your first reaction was, Are you okay with this?
No.
Oh.
I could know. That was a negative. That wasn't a yummy. That was no. I wouldn't be eating that.
Did you guys ever see?
But I'm a weird case. Like I won't even eat a regular PB&J. I don't need the jelly. I just eat peanut butter and bread like when I want it. So you're asking the wrong person.
Here, there's a couple things about the PB&J. One, it is a wonderful, wonderful combination sandwich. But people are putting way too much jelly. You got to have more peanut butter than jelly. It just has to be a little. All you need is a little bit of jelly. You don't need. It's not a 50-50.
No.
So there's already. I'm looking at this. There's too much jelly, and plus the sweetness of the banana. The proportions are off. So it's just too sweet. So I would just do a little bit of jelly. I would PB both sides, maybe a strip of jelly underneath the banana, and then I'd give that a shot. But I wouldn't like it anyway because I don't like peanut butter banana. I know Elvis's sandwich. I don't get it. PB&J's better. You don't need the banana. So yeah, I
gotta say I like the ingenuity of that. But it immediately made me think of. Did you guys ever see Twilight Zone the movie a long time ago?
No.
I think it was the newer one, but it was in the 80s.
Newer.
There was they did a bunch of remakes of old Twilight Zone episodes and threw in. It was an anthology type movie thing. Anyway, the one where the kid rules the town, like everybody's afraid of the kid because he can just go and make people die.
Wasn't that Lil Bigley?
Oh, isn't that the fucking he turns people into like a fucking jack-o'-lantern or something?
Maybe.
Right?
Or he sends them to the cornfield.
Yeah,
or
the cornfield.
Okay.
I'm very familiar with the cornfield.
The remake of the cornfield thing.
I don't know that one.
And essentially, this kid says in one scene of the movie that we're going to have peanut butter and jelly for dinner every night. And the peanut butter and jelly sandwiches that they showed in that fucking scene were the most disgusting things. And I didn't eat peanut butter and jelly for like a couple of fucking years. And that banana on that peanut butter and jelly for the first time in forever made me think of that, and I almost vomited in my mouth.
Oh, all right. Well, Mark,
I know I am, the minority when it comes to the PB&J. That's okay. I just don't like sweet things. That even still looked fucking disgusting. But in just glizzy related content, I'm pretty sure I saw a post on our Facebook group a little while ago of someone who put a glizzy inside of an Olive Garden breadstick. That shit I would happily try. That one looked awesome.
Yeah. I love the Olive Garden breadsticks, so I'm with you. I know Dawson has it sucks that
I would be down with a hot dog and an Olive Garden breadstick. That looks fucking awesome. It
came and went before I could try it, but there was a time that Olive Garden was doing like a few sandwiches that were on breadstick. So it was like a meatball sub on a breadstick. I imagine it's probably not like the breadstick we're used to. They would have to cook bigger ones in order to actually put a meatball sub on there. But I would eat the shit out of that.
Yeah, I have the picture for you, Kalen. Let's look.
I mean, Olive Garden, they just make breadsticks. That's their thing. Yeah. See, I would totally eat that.
Yeah, so would I.
That's just their thing. They're just breadsticks. Like, I I don't know. I don't think I've ever been to an Olive Garden. I've never like talked to anybody that was like, oh yeah, we just went to Olive Garden. We're going to Olive Garden. It's, I guess you could call it Italian food, but it's just known for their breadsticks. So yeah, why not put some meatballs in there or a hot dog or something? I don't know. Yeah, that could be very good.
I like.
I don't
yeah,
think
they
there's
have
very
some of
much
those.
you could. I don't think there's much you could put in there that I wouldn't be down to try.
Yeah.
So my friends are all into making pizzas now. They got these like they're buying the really expensive pizza dome cookers for the backyard, and it's awesome. As a guy who's friends with these guys,
Yeah.
every time I go to their house, they're just slinging pies.
Well, it's awesome once they get the hang of it.
They
There's a
got
bit
the
of a
hang of it.
learning
It's
curve,
the
right?
best pizzas, yeah, and they've
Okay.
mastered it. They've spent like they've respectively spent like a year and a half to 2 years of working these recipes
Okay.
out, and now they've locked it in, and they're just slinging them, and it's been really fun because these pizzas take because they do all the dough work the night before, so we just have these doughs and we can just do whatever we want. We've made peanut butter and jelly pizzas.
Ugh.
We've done everything with them, right? To the point where now we got to get creative here because we've tried all of them. We've done dessert pizzas, we've done regular pizzas, we've done any topping we could find, and
I don't
just
like
See,
this.
Chris, this is the point where you stop and you go, okay. Now we need to
Cunt.
get back to sanity.
But
Yeah.
it's like having a deep fryer. It's like what can we do? What can we put in this thing and try? Because now we can do whatever we want.
That's why I've never had a deep fryer.
Yeah, exactly. But it's the pizza version of the deep fryer. So now we're just trying it all, and now we've done it all to the point where it's now here's the pie. What can we stuff the crust with? And now we're just stuffing crusts, and we're basically becoming Pizza Hut. Just like we're just running out of room and ideas that we're doing Pizza Hut at 3 times or 3 times like 50 times the speed that they did it of evolution, just because we're just getting bored and we're trying everything.
So is there like there has to be at least one magical combo in there that people wouldn't think of that you'd be like, oh wow, this is great, or is it all just like, yeah, we shouldn't have done that?
Let me think. The peanut butter and jelly pizza was good. We did a Thai curry pizza. That was really good. Or we just did one the other day. I'll have to ask Jen. I forgot what it was, but we had a few drinks in us too. But we were really proud of it. Okay, speaking of glizzies, the one last glizzy post, and I love this one. Somebody posted a billboard of Gizzy Fest. I guess there's a Gizzy Fest out there, and it's October 21st. But what's interesting is it says "Thanks, Chris" on the billboard. So I would like to say you're welcome. I'm not taking credit for coming up with the glizzy, but bringing it into
Mainstream.
Like,
mainstream. Yeah, I will take credit for that, and you're welcome, America. So
I'd go to that.
Yeah, in like 4 days.
that's Saturday.
Yeah,
Where is this? We can
Wait, where is it?
I don't know. They posted the picture. Justin Hotch posted it, and let us know where you found that. But it's becoming a thing. All right, let's go back to some comments here. Oh, by the way, a lot of people commenting on what my son's costume should be this year. We went over Benny and the Jets, Eggs Benny. People
Columbus, Georgia. It's too
are saying,
too far.
People are saying that they love Benny and the Jets. They said that was the best one so far. Why am I even trying to do Eggs Benny? If we
No one
do
else.
Eggs Benny, he should be the egg, and Jenny and I should be like chefs or waiters or waitresses, or another one was a Benny Hanna chef. He should be Benny
Not bad.
Hanna. That could be next year when he's allowed to play with knives. So I don't. He's already becoming a chicken. Everybody, we bought the chicken stuff. He's a chicken.
Oh, you're going. Oh,
We're going. It doesn't have.
Little baby Elton John would have been so funny.
He could do it next. We could do it next year when he's a little more coordinated. I think. Gary's disappointed too.
I am disappointed.
You know what's
have-
sad? Gary looks more disappointed now than last night when the Chargers played. That bothers me.
No, you should have seen me last night. I was not happy because I saw someone very famous who I'm friends with at the game, and he did this whole song and dance about how he thought the Chargers had it. And just as he was saying it, I was like, well, now that you've said that, there's absolutely no fucking chance in hell that they are going to win. In fact, they will lose in a painful fashion. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah. You jinxed him. You jinxed us.
No jinxed them. The Chargers are just jinxed. No one does it to them. They just are.
Yeah, we are. We're just jinxed. We're just jinxed.
You're gonna do that to yourself at 38 years old?
Yeah,
I mean, by all means, the tent is open. We need all the good people we can get, but it's a tough life, man. Get Benny a freaking Green Bay jersey or something.
I don't have a team. I didn't have a team. Now I have a team, and I'm hardcore.
All right, well, let's go to a game.
I miss Rivers. Tyler Kidd says, went to a local taco truck yesterday, got a carne asada burrito to go. Upon unwrapping it, I saw that it had been cut in half already. Is this the secret go-to move or cardinal sin? We do have a burrito expert in this podcast, and that's Mike Dawson. Is that okay to cut your burrito in half?
I actually did comment on this, and it should be. Sometimes it's nice sometimes it's nice to eat half a burrito. The problem is you've just taken my one piece food and made it into two pieces.
So you got double.
Now I can't one-hand a burrito anymore. If I'm gonna take a bite of it, I need to eat half of it. Now it's a two-hand thing.
As the occasional burrito, certainly not the expert. I feel like it's the go-to move for the breakfast burrito.
Breakfast burrito. I
breakfast burrito.
Agree, Kaylin.
I'm so glad you brought that up, Kim.
Yeah.
There's a place that I love that cuts it in half for me. Nick's Burritos.
Yes.
They will cut in half my breakfast burrito, and I love it. I love seeing inside, and you get the angle, the sharp angle of the cut to where it just when it enters your mouth.
That's why when you get down to the end of it, all the goods is already pushed down in there, as opposed to trying to start from one of the ends. Then you're getting mostly just tortilla, which, I mean, nobody wants that.
I'm okay with the breakfast burrito being cut. If you do it correctly, it should be cut on an angle, as Chris said. But when it comes to a lunch or dinner burrito, the cut should be gentleman's choice. They should be asking you if you want that thing cut.
Exactly.
It's nice to offer, and maybe sometimes, yes, I do. Thank you. But it should not just be an assumed thing. This guy was right to be outraged.
Right. And if you do cut the burrito in half, I like it cut on a bias. Give it a little point, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, this next comment, I'm curious about this, Gary, because this was posted by an anonymous member. We can post anonymously.
Yeah, we can.
I had
probably Joya.
Well, I hope not. Well, anyway, it says the look of a Chargers fan, and it's me. I don't know. I forget what I was doing there. During one of the Patreon shows, and but anyway, yeah. So look, I'm already a Chargers fan, and look at us, Gary. This is what it's like. It's me and that lady with the glasses, and Gary.
This was posted last night. We hadn't even lost yet. 22 hours ago, the game wasn't over. God damn it. That's aggressive. The game had barely started.
Hey, we're Chargers fans. You know how it goes. We know how this movie ends. Ugh. And then, let's see. Oh, and then Stephanie Lynn Rinker, who took that screenshot, said, Chris, please forgive me, and posted a couple pictures. One of me, I think I'm just drinking. Oh, no, that's me taking the wine pour and drinking the wine. And the other one is me freak dancing the chair. I remember when that happened. Good times. Join the Patreon if you want for more fun content like that. It's just thanks, Stephanie. No hard feelings. I appreciate the advertisement. Let's see here. Joe Giachero says, "Yo, wanted to share this with my Bobo brethren. If you drink coffee, you want some coffee that I roasted, check out my first batch at seeingdoublecoffee.com." And Joe is the one who did the artwork for the show. So if you're listening on your phone and you look at the screen, you see that wonderful artwork of all of us with that orange background, and I'm the water cooler, and the other guys are surrounding me doing their thing. That was Joe's work, and he's killer. So happy to throw him some support too. seeingdoublecoffee.com.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, John Murphy shared a link about California restaurant a fee to boozy diners who throw up after drinking too many mimosas. Look,
that's just un-American.
I would have probably done that when 21, 22 when I started drinking. I mean, I've definitely had my share of throwing up at public places because I couldn't handle my booze.
I mean, here's the thing: if you are going to put an all-you-can-drink challenge on your menu, then that's exactly what you are going to get is challengers.
That's true.
And
That's a good
Yeah,
point.
that's on you. 100%.
play stupid games,
100%.
win stupid prizes. I don't know what to
Yep.
tell you.
In fact, dude, back in college, remember Elephant Bar? They're almost all closed. If one still exists, I'd be shocked.
Yeah. I
But
remember I used to go there.
Elephant Bar had a free happy hour, but you had to buy one drink. But they were happy hour price drinks in 1996, 95. So a beer cost under $3, and we were poor. And so we went to the Elephant Bar, and their buffet lasted one time because we ate all their food.
Yeah.
That reminds me of a scene in Heavyweights. I don't know if you've seen it, where the guy goes, "Oh yeah," he gets out of the fat camp, and they go, "Oh, what was it like? What was it like at home?" And he goes, "Oh, we all went to the Sizzler, all you can eat." Yeah, they closed down after that.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. I think that's Goldberg that said that.
Yeah,
And of course,
that's what Dawson did, but with
how
booze
dare
instead.
you. Jake Escaravage, I don't know. As
Yeah, you
one of
didn't
the
pronounce that. I hope you didn't pronounce that right.
Jake Escaravage. I guess Escaravage. Yeah, I probably went too hard for the last
Escaravage.
syllable.
I'm glad we took another trip around the cul-de-sac.
As one of the few Canadians in the Bobo Army. Oh,
Hey, roof, eh?
we international. I get a chuckle at how many things Americans get wrong about their northern neighbors. Poutine is awesome. I have it made 4 times a year. Introducing the Canadian quarter. Ask me anything and go.
Well, let me say this, sir. How dare you, and happy Thanksgiving, belated. That's right. I know when your Thanksgiving is. It was recently.
Yeah, we do know that. And I'm looking at the comments within his post, and yeah, people are asking him Canadian stuff, and he's responding. So Jake, get at
Canadian
it,
stuff.
Canadian stuff, like what?
bud.
How
Oh,
much?
just
How much does maple syrup cost?
being super polite. And he's like, oh yeah, whenever people are asking for prices, he's answering in loonies and toonies or whatever they call them. Let's see here.
I have a question.
Send some ketchup chips.
I have a Canadian
I
question.
fucking love those.
Oh yeah,
What?
all right.
What in hell do you people think that you are doing, altering the formula of my beloved A1 sauce? Canadian A1 sauce is bullshit. It tastes nothing like A1 sauce in the States, and
I
it
don't like that.
ruined one of my vacations.
Oh, I don't.
Is
like that.
A1 a Canadian company? Does that mean all A1 sauces have been changed?
Is it spelled EH1?
It should be. It should be. No, Kalen, they just apparently have a different formulation for the Canadian market. You know, there's different distributors for these brands, like Coca-Cola Mexico is
Yeah, right.
Coca-Cola America,
Right.
you know, so they have slightly different formulas. But the A1 formula change is dramatic, and it's not remotely like the American brother. And I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
Answer me that. Why? What do you
A1 is a perfect sauce.
who do you think
it
you
needs
are?
no change. It needs
I was just gonna say I cannot remember the last time I had A1 sauce.
Kalen, you would dig it. It's so vinegary. Like I love it.
I'm not hating on it. I never have like an application for it.
Next
Can I
time,
tell
Or maybe I do, and I'm blinded. You know,
next time you go to a diner, because diners have it,
Mm.
because a lot of them serve like steak and eggs and stuff too. But next time you go to a diner, you see a bottle of A1, get it, because it's real. A1's pretty expensive compared to ketchup, so get as much as you can and put that on your fries.
and put it on what fries.
Oh,
Okay.
eat it with your
Yeah.
fries. Oh,
Okay.
man. So good on fries. So good on fries.
Throw it on a cheesesteak?
Let's go.
Okay.
Sorry to all of our Philly style listeners. Ryan Roberts says follow up Thanksgiving. He has a follow up to Thanksgiving in Canada. They have turkey, stuffing, gravy, potatoes, all kinds of vegetables. So there you go.
So it's pretty much
Same shit.
His personal favorite dish, but he spells favorite with a U,
Ugh.
was my mom's broccoli and cauliflower cheese casserole and my grandma's secret buns.
So it's pronounced favorite too.
What did he say?
My personal favorite, but favorite, like with a U.
Devour it. Okay.
Favorite, you know, he probably spells color with a U.
Right.
Probably spells tire with a Y.
How does he spell hour? Hour.
Yeah. He says it was his mom's broccoli and cauliflower cheese casserole. That's great. I love that.
Not bad. Yeah.
Okay, so
like
far I'm
that.
with you.
And his grandma's secret buns.
Not sure I like that.
I don't know what the. Yeah. What is that?
I don't know. Not sure. I'll find out.
I'm curious. I would love to try your grandma's secret buns, Ryan Roberts. So please take a picture of them and send them to me. I would like to see what these look like. Look, I had morning buns the other day. I like sweet buns. I like all kinds of buns. So, yeah, bao buns. You like the bao bun, Kaylin? You seem like
Never
a
had it. Very,
I
very
do.
curious.
You should be curious, and you should jump on that.
Yeah.
Don't
Those things are great, Kate.
Yeah.
Great, Caitlin. You'd like it.
run, don't walk, man. It's nice. All right. Oh, Gary's puppy just entered the chat. All righty. Well, those are our comments, everybody. Thank you so much for writing. We appreciate you and we love you. Woo! All right,
What a
kids,
sweet dog.
let's do a flick in before we GTFO. What do you say?
Yep.
We all want to know one thing. Your opinion's what we need. So Kaylin, get on that mic and flex the beat.
Oh, Kaylin, flick the bean. Respect all
Respect all
Oh,
women.
women.
Well, we are in the middle of October, and so I've been consuming a lot of horror or, Halloween themed content.
No, it's Halloween season.
That's a
Exactly.
bad influence on you.
Last night I needed something to watch. So there's this movie going around Netflix called The Conference, Swedish movie. I don't know if you've seen it. I watched it and then today decided, no, fuck that. I'm not going to review that movie. I'm going to review a movie I watched over the weekend called Sisu. Sisu. You can stream it on the Stars app, which
it's on
we said
Stars.
Stars, yeah, quietly very strong app. A lot of good content pops up on there.
Yeah.
Especially if you like 50 Cent.
They got a couple bangers on there. Don't sleep on the Stars app. The movie came out in theaters in late April. I've been waiting for it to start streaming for quite a while. I saw it there, on the Google Play app for rent. Almost went through it a couple times. Didn't pull the trigger on renting it. It is a historical action thriller. It is written and directed by, I'm gonna fuck this up, Jelmari Helander.
Yeah,
Is he in a relationship with Blueface?
No other movies that I recognize. It stars Jorma Tomila. Also did not recognize Yorma. Oh, maybe it's Yalmari then. Okay. Yorma Tomila and Askell Henny, who I actually did recognize. He plays a pretty notable part in The Martian. He's one of the astronauts. He was also in the Cloverfield Paradox, which did suck ass, but he was in that one, so I did recognize that guy.
His first movie on land.
It's an hour and a half. It cost $6 million to make, and it made $14 million at the box office, which is, not fucking bad these days. 94% with the critics, 88% with the audience.
That's high.
And it is about a company of Nazi soldiers that fuck with the wrong Finnish commando. And that's about all you really need to know.
I know a lot about this movie.
Yeah, Chris has read the wiki of this movie, and
It's a horror movie. You call it?
No, it is.
Tell
It
him
is
what
not.
Sisu means.
Sisu, the meaning is a unique Finnish concept that can roughly translate in English to stoic determination, tenacity of purpose, grit, bravery, resilience, and hardiness. So
There's no English word.
there's
for
no
Sisu.
Yeah.
correct. There's no
Sounds
English
like a
word for it.
badass word, though.
It's a badass word, and as you can probably already imagine, this movie fucking rules. It is awesome.
I told you you'd love it.
I kind of knew it was going to be awesome going into it, so my expectations were relatively high. It easily met those expectations and surpassed some of them.
So wait, has Chris seen this movie, or is there some sort of a hand trauma that Chris has only read about?
There's a lot of trauma. There's a lot of trauma.
It's all around trauma.
It's all around trauma. Yeah, but it's a lot like Dread in the sense that it's just a pure action joyride. Like there's not really any depth to this movie, and there absolutely does not need to be any.
SISU?
SISU on the Stars app. The action gets going pretty quickly and just never lets up. I will say the main character does things in this movie that I have never seen a character do before, and I was shocked by them. It is as awesome as it is disturbing, and it is disturbing sometimes. Chris, well, you've read about it. There's no chance. There's no chance. I squirmed more than once watching this movie.
You want that, Gary?
I kind
I-
of do, and I kind
Feel
of
like
want to
it.
pull Matt right now and take my headphones off because like I will be watching this movie. So
Okay,
I don't know.
I'm curious to hear your thoughts too.
Oh, I should preface there is animal violence in this. Do not watch this with
It's all good.
Joya. Do not.
I was watching this one alone.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. If you care for animals, don't watch this movie either.
I care for animals, but I can separate Hollywood from.
You're gonna have to. Like obviously it isn't incredibly believable. The main character borders on the edge of just essentially being a superhero. It doesn't matter. More John Wicky than John Wick. More like John Wick 2 or John Wick 3, you know, once it's getting up to that level. Yeah.
What about John Wick 4?
Haven't seen it. Couldn't say.
Oh, it's available to stream on the Stars app, as a matter of fact.
Well, you know, I gotta say, I got kind of tired of the same thing in the third one, so I've noticed it's there, but I haven't been quick to jump onto the.
I've gotten about 30 minutes into it, Kaylin. I'm a little burned out too. I'm like,
Yeah,
all right, I
yeah,
can
I'm a
set
little
this
burned out
aside.
right
I
now.
know what it is. I'll get
Mhm.
back to it one day.
I'm
Yeah.
about an hour and a half into it, and I felt the same way.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how I couldn't care less that he's just essentially like a superhero. It's fucking badass. It's just a super fun, action-packed, nice, tight hour and a half of violence against Nazis. I mean, who doesn't want to see this? Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. And when you I'm
yeah.
sorry to interrupt, but when you compared it to Dread, I was like, yeah, but in this one, it's Nazis.
It's Nazis. Yeah.
So it's a lot. Like you're emotionally vested in this.
Yeah. Obviously, I highly recommend it. Anyone that can handle it. Very flickable, but I will say that because it lacks that serious, realistic element, I'm gonna cap it at 8.9 out of 10.
Really?
Still above Rotten Tomatoes.
I thought it'd be higher than.
Again, I think once you're getting into the 9s, you kind of have to move to
You're
a
around
different
the
style
daughters.
of movie. Yeah, you got to be a little more realistic. Maybe.
Okay.
Well, Saving Private Ryan is quite an extreme.
Galen, I
example,
don't remember because I think I watched the movie in English, but was it filmed in Finnish?
No, it's all in English. They just do this thing. Yeah, it's all in English. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There might be a couple lines in there, but it's there's
I'll have to read
the Germans speak German sometimes and there's subtitles.
yeah.
But
I'm glad you watched it. I'm glad.
Hell yeah, Kaylin. Thanks for the rec. I'll be watching that.
Yeah, we'll enjoy it.
I've been looking forward to that review for a long time. All right. Well, that was today's episode of Watercooler. Why don't we now go around the horn and get some plugs? Let's hear some suggestions of what you think our audience should check out. Other than Sisu, Kaylin, anything else you want people to check out?
Just definitely our Facebook page, which is a great place to fuck around on the internet. A lot of entertaining stuff on there. And a great new reality show that I found that you could stream on Peacock. If you like trash reality TV, check out Temptation Island because it's a lot of fun. Let's be real.
You know, Temptation Island used to send me casting calls.
Really?
Yeah. It was kind of funny. I would send them to Jen, like, for like, hey, look what I got.
Yeah, there you go. Didn't want a vacation in Hawaii?
I know. All right. Das, how about you?
Quick little life hack. Get yourself a French press and grind your coffee beans.
Ooh.
You don't have to wait for a drip. A Keurig causes too much waste. Immediate gratification. Sure, you gotta, unless you can get one that keeps your coffee hot all the time, which you're not gonna find one. You got to microwave your coffee on your second cup, but it's a good thing to do. And then also come out Friday night to the Comedy Chateau in North Hollywood and come out November 2nd to Santa Barbara. I'm doing a show at the Santa Barbara Festival of Laughs or Santa Barbara Laugh Festival. I don't know.
Like
fire the guy who named it. But I don't think they called it the Festival of Laughs. I think it's called the Santa Barbara Laugh Festival. Yes. But I will be there doing a 15-minute set in front of what might be a mainly college crowd.
All right.
So it could be
Lil Meeba
incredibly
and
interesting.
Blueface, and they'll play.
Like, I don't think they're gonna get some of my jokes.
Yeah, if you need some help, I can definitely give you some keys.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm pretty hip. All right, Gary, so about you.
First and foremost, please subscribe to and check out our Patreon. patreon.com/watercooler. Aside from an extra show that we do every single week and other perks you can select, you can also get this show that you're listening to right now ad-free every week. It'll show up right on the same feed as the Patreon episodes, and then you'll get all of that Watercooler goodness ad-free. So please do support us there, and stay tuned. I have a new show that I'm working on that might be coming out in like 2 weeks. We're still just waiting to finalize the launch, and I'm very excited to talk about it.
Nice.
Can't wait to hear about it. And then as for me, I'm playing at the Wilmore Wine Bar 6 to 9 p.m. in Long Beach, California. Playing tune.
Yeah, you are 6 to 9.
What day?
This Saturday.
Nice, dude.
Yeah. So come out.
People don't know how accomplished you have to be as a musician to play 3 hours.
Yeah, no repeats.
That's not easy at all.
A lot of music.
Time. No, come hang though. It's a fun hang, and I appreciate that, Doss. And also check out the Beckham documentary. I had a great time watching it, and I think you will too. And if for anything, David Beckham's closet, it's hot stuff, man. Like
David Beckham's just fucking organization in general was fucking awesome.
He clips his candle wicks, Kalen. Each night, he lights his candles and then he flips them.
Kalen, he was going through his closet, and at one point he went, "Someone's been in here," and it was because one of the hangers was not the exact right distance away from the hangers next to it.
He has OCD problems, but it's wonderful.
Maybe that's what made him great.
That is OCD.
Yeah. So anyway,
wow.
You guys should watch it. I'd love to hear what you think. All right. Anyway, that was Watercooler. Thank you so much for hanging with us and for tuning in. We appreciate you. We love you. We'll be back for Patreon later this week. We love you. Goodbye.
Later.